Hello everyone and welcome to episode 23 of Dying Light 2 and a special early hello to Solid Chrome Hickey. Hickey, I hope that you've had a wonderful Sunday. It is very, very humid where we are, but here's the good news. It's not nearly as hot as it has been. So it's like, okay, I probably wouldn't want to go outside and run around a lot, but it's way more comfortable than it has been. Let's go ahead and hit continue. Apparently there was an update to the game. Yes, the current format. Let's do it. Oh, and hello to Pipsqueak Puppo and to InCrowd. I hope that both of you are also having a great Sunday. So, as of the last episode, and do everyone bear in mind as we get kicked off here, this is episode 23, so there's been a bunch happened. 3, 2, 1. Hakan is no longer with us, and I can't say that I feel super bad about that. I really liked Hakan. I mean, that's the thing. He was an extremely likable and, like, charismatic character, and what is this happening? Global goal achieved. Okay, well, I'll take your word for it. Head to techlandgg.com to claim your awards. No thanks. Captain America JPEG, what's it called? GIF. The animated GIF. I don't think I will. Thank you, though. Moving on. So, what, if anything, did we have selected? We could go do book club. There were several books to find. I think there's only one left for this round. So let's go ahead and do this. It's daytime. I feel like we have a pretty good shot at doing it. It's only a couple hundred meters. But yeah, I hope that you guys have had a great week end so far. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, it really sounds like there's people around. Okay. He took longer to hit me than I was expecting. Oh. Okay. Alright, can we get a quick roll call? Is anybody else here? Anybody else want to come up? Yeah, okay, so this guy. Okay, I was about to say, my kick is not working. I don't know if you guys did see me try to kick that person twice and just nothing happened, yeah? The kick controls have always been extremely generous. You know, you get up close enough to a person, you do a kick, you hit them. However, oh. So this is a me blind. There's people hanging out inside here. Do you think that I can do something about this? Like, can I can't look down far enough, I don't think, to make use of the bow, but maybe we can, sneak up on them. Hey, you guys, what are we doing in here? Okay, I kind of doubt that that person was alone. They usually don't do one-person ambushes. Ah, here we go. I had intended in the last episode, there was this one character that we like hit with the bludgeon and knocked his jaw completely off his face, and he sort of looked very surprised before keeling over. I know that that's grotesque, but I just kind of wanted to go back and get it, and then sort of forgot at what point in the thing it was. And it's one of those cases where it feels like combing through to find it would be challenging at this point, but I'm still hoping to. Okay, let's try to get over here. Oh. Didn't realize there was a quest here.
You don't have to yell like that, you know? I'm standing right here.
What are you demanding of me?
What? I said you were yelling at me.
Why would I be rebelling against you, Pilgrim?
What? What are you talking about? Just stop shouting at me!
I'm sorry. I'm a bit hard of hearing.
Oh, now I get it.
I'm Pete. I was supposed to infiltrate a renegade camp. I'm on a mission, given to me by Jack himself. If I save a survivor who's been kidnapped, they'll make me a peacekeeper. But I'm afraid.
I'm not surprised. Now, about those renegades.
No, I'm afraid of them. Afraid because of my hearing I'll miss something and royally fuck up. I've already been booted from supply. I was operating the loader and didn't hear it when people started shouting it. Well, long story short, I dropped a crate on someone.
And did you... Ouch.
Wow, that's kind of understating it. Hello to both Blobbity Blah, Czar, and Jab, who is crafting and listening. I hope that you guys have also had a nice Sunday, better than this person's.
Do the PKs know you have problems with your hearing?
Well, you know what? Luckily, the PK know I can't hear. They want to give me a desk job. Aha! I have to go to the old bridge at the end of Lower Dam Air. Go there instead of me, Pilgrim. I'll need this win. I'll reward you.
Let me think about it.
Thanks, man. The prisoner, a rather tasty one, I'm told, is being held in a shed near the flag tower. I'll be waiting for you at the windmill across the river.
No. If they want to give him a desk job, why are they making him do this, like, complicated, out in the field rescue mission? I mean, I guess the answer is just video game, but it does feel like... Oh, I don't even know where the mural is. What are we... Oh, that. Okay, hold on. So let's read about it. Probably this one? Yes. Even the greatest hunter will one day become prey. Can you hunt a volatile? Yes, I can. It doesn't last very long, but yeah, yes, the activity is technically available to me. Why do you ask? Find the second book in the apartment. And the apartment looks like it's a dark zone to me. The apartment looks like we're gonna have to come back tonight. Butterfly says, imagine having a desk job in the apocalypse. I think that I would work very, very hard to get a desk job in the apocalypse. I feel like it's where I could do my absolute best work. Okay, actually, this is not a dark zone. I feel like we can... I mean, it's dim inside, but not in video game terms. Hello, the Scaly One! I would also just generally throw out there that if you are not currently wearing the Green Beret you got as a member of the Green Berets in real life, you also would probably benefit from finding yourself a nice, safe position behind a desk in the apocalypse. I feel like very, very few people are well suited to hide. Okay, not really sure what that person was up to, but we will take care of his friend. I mean, sure, maybe you personally, fictional person listening, would be the one to be like the next Daryl Dixon in the apocalypse and dig deep and find that inner survivalist that you didn't even know was there. But I don't know, it feels to me like in a scenario where all of civilization collapses, a lot of people are going to be dead. And hold on, we found it. What was it? It was like Thunderman or something. Okay. Seems to me every single person that we see wandering the streets these days in their rags and rotting flesh at one point believe themselves to be the protagonists. That's all I'm saying. And hello to Maxine! Maxine, I hope your Sunday's been nice. Okay, there is an inhibitor container around-ish, and if I could find it before leaving, that would be swell. This may wind up being a thing, but it's 1820, so I think that if we can get close to it, even if we wind up having to wait until sundown, it can't be that long. It is close-ish. I feel like it must be, like, up from here. Like, on a higher floor of this building. I don't know why I have the headline on right now. As nice as it can be when it's the end of my vacation. Yeah, Maxine, I had forgotten to sort of check in. Like we posted a couple streams as, like, you know, happy vacation to Maxine, but I hope that you have had a... Okay, but those are volatiles, right? The dudes that are up and about. I mean, probably, except that I thought that the volatiles usually had, like, different color skeletons, like yellow or green skeletons. Jab says, if I was younger, say back in my day, I'm pretty sure the government would have thrown us into it. Like the collapse of civilization? Like, yeah, probably. Given that, as I recall, Jab, you were, like, actually military for, I believe, the majority of your working life. If that's incorrect, let me know. There's a third person. It's always a final man. And my survivor sense is not... Oh! I did not see the, like, green of the skeleton. 20-year man, says Jab. Yeah, I think in the United States military, as with a lot of jobs, there are a lot of jobs and a lot of different things that people may spend their careers doing. But even then, I think on the whole, people who have become accustomed and been able to thrive in a scenario where they have to live an extremely regimented life built around teamwork and division of labor and mitigating risk and keeping careful inventory, like every single thing that I can think of as being a skill that is probably valuable when being in the military, are all things that would do you well in life in general, but also, you know, following the collapse of civilization. I think to a lot of folks, at least in America, you turn the spigot on your sink and you don't get drinkable water out of it, stuff is going to get, your life is going to get real, very quickly. And that very much includes me. So, I'm sorry. I was close to the building that I thought had the inhibitor container. I wandered slightly away from it. Yeah, see, this is what a survivalist I am. I've already lost the building I was near. Yes, the sun is going down. Ah, here we go. Okay, we're back on the path. Okay, what is the safest way for me to get down? Here we go. Okay, okay, that's further away. I would like to find my way back to that entrance that we were hanging out at just a short time ago. Boy, blah, 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 was it you that revealed the name of these red bandits? They're not the jackals, but you were like, they're the dukes? Is that... Okay. That man was just straight up just pissing all over the place, yeah? Like, we saw that all. Hello to Lord Impa. I don't think I was imagining that. Oh, shit. Well... Yes, I see him. I'm just trying to find my way back to the inhibitor container. Okay, crud. I should probably have the UV flashlight available just in case. Okay. Is this not... Okay, apparently this is not... brush. Like, hideable brush. Shit. See, that's how they get you. You see the raptor over there, you look it square in the eye, and what you don't realize is that while you're looking at him, his friends are looking at you. Also, I gotta say, like, let's envision, like, so we've talked a lot about how zombie games, and some people are, like, burned out on zombie games, I don't want any more zombies, I'm tired of them. And I've made the case, at least from my perspective, that zombies are really good video game antagonists because there's billions of them, they're not very bright, they can be exactly as fast as you want them to be to provide for a good game, whether it's Left 4 Dead fast, or Dying Light 2 fast, or Volatile fast, or whatever. I've completely lost this stupid inhibitor container. We're 25 meters away. 24. Okay, getting closer again. 17, 15. Now slightly farther away. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I think this is it. Anyway, the end of that thought was going to be, if they wanted to mix it up, they could go with dinosaurs. Like, I'd be very comfortable. Imagine like a Dying Light 2 scenario game, only instead of... Hold on, I'm gonna try to choke this person out. Okay, well, hold on. Why are you guys awake, though? I was extremely stealthy coming in here. Okay. On the VOD, it'll be extremely apparent that that person was there, and then I missed it. Oh, Zara's saying Exoprimal. Is that what that game is? I've heard that it's a team-based shooter, but aside from that, I don't know anything about even the premise of the game. Now, I do think that there's something to bear in mind, is that like a velociraptor, a pack of velociraptors should engage in pack hunting tactics in order to make for good video game villains. Like, they shouldn't be zombies where they just like wander around individually and then every once in a while just make a beeline directly at you. You know, you don't want to just palette swap a zombie, but in terms of a oh, hold on, that's gonna blow up. Oh. This is more people in here than I was expecting. Okay, fortunately, these are not the strong guys. Hey, can you shut the hell up? Okay. Interesting. Zara's saying basically somebody thought Jurassic Park in the public was a good idea. Sounds like a good idea to me. Now, this seems I'm just saying that this is interesting to me. This seems like a little bit of like a world-building detail, that mysterious green vial just happens to be shattered against the wall in an area where there's this luminescent crystal stuff. If that's something that's been, like, it's gonna be like a story detail, please do not confirm or deny. I'm just taking note of... I feel like the game is... What was that? Oh, lucky find. It was a bounty. I had no idea what had just happened. Okay, it's a bunch of stuff. Yeah, some of the things would be, I think, pretty easy to, you know... A Tyrannosaurus would make for a really good stand-in for the tank that shows up in Left 4 Dead, for example. Maybe not necessarily picking up chunks of concrete and throwing them at you, but, you know, doing like a fast, like, tail assault or like a charge attack. And it could, I suppose, I would be happy, or not displeased, if a Tyrannosaurus like picked up a car or something in its jaws and threw it. It's probably real dinosaurs. I don't know if they did that, but you could have a smart dinosaur that decided, hey, you know what's cool? Projectile weapons. That works out pretty well. The Dilophosaurs could spit at you, so you get like ranged assaults. Okay, I keep thinking that the circle... Oh, hi. Crystal jewelry. Sorry, I should probably say a few words for this person, except I can't see his face, so can't even really comment on how he might have died. We are... So, I'm sorry. I'm 9 meters away from this inhibitor container. Which, for anyone who's not, like, in the know, is an upgrade point. Or it's like a third of an upgrade point, depending on how you want to think about it. So, they're worth searching for. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. We got a chance to do some, what's it called? Riftbreaker earlier today. I'm 1 to 2 episodes away from having finished the playthrough, I feel like. I feel like we're really well positioned to do the final section. Here's the annoying thing, though. At 15 meters or so, I really feel like I should be able to see it on my survivor sense. And the fact that I can't indicates that I should have maybe worn gear. Ah, okay, so now we know where it is. It's 8 meters up. And look at me finding a ladder. Jab says, I don't believe zombies should be allowed to scream. If you don't breathe, you don't get to fill your lungs with air. Jab, I once wrote... Oh, shit. I once wrote a decent chunk. Not a lot. See, here's another one of those green biohazard things. I once wrote a not terrible, terribly short parody of a zombie apocalypse story, and in my version of one, the zombies did not make any sound. They didn't hiss, they didn't holler, they didn't go. They didn't breathe, so they didn't make any of those sounds. And I felt like that would make them a lot more dangerous on the grounds that you wouldn't just hear them coming. I'm looking for anything in the environment that might hint about what the... What's it called? The combination to this is. And unless it's printed right on the safe... No. Okay. Well, I can stand here and not open it for a while. I have to assume that there will be something at some point that leads me back here, and rather than getting all caught up on it and trying to, like, search the entire building, you know what, let me look slightly downstairs, because sometimes if there's not going to be a quest that leads you in that direction, what you can do is, like, look around and it'll be fairly close by. That's like video game 102. Think for 1 second. I wanted to go to skills because it's telling me that I have... Oh, look at this. I've got 2 upgrade points. Well, I never remember to do this. I'm going to pick up the After Boost. Gain a brief burst of speed after performing specific parkour moves. It's going to help with some of the races to the extent that I choose to do those. Ledge Takedown I'm never going to use, and the other option is Parkour Shot, which I'm going to use even less. So let's go for Ledge Takedown. I will bet currency that we are not going to see a ledge takedown at any point in the game. Okay, did somebody have the good common sense to write down the safe combination somewhere right in this room? Yeah, I read a book. Maybe I just won't say the name of it. I read a series of books, or like published on the internet style books of like zombie apocalypse stories, and there were so many of them, and I just kept reading them, and I did not enjoy them, and they made me angry because of how poorly executed I felt like they were. And how far in advance they telegraphed certain things that they wanted you to do. Like, there was just this one, like, character that they really wanted the reader to, like, completely be in love with and stuff. It was just... it really irritated the crap out of me. So, shit. Okay, well, we got there. So, at one point, I spent an irresponsible amount of time writing a parody of it. And it was... I've only got 2 minutes left on my immunity timer. We should probably head in this direction. The premise of my story was that it was taking place about 20 miles, 20 miles away from the events in the main story. I cannot tell you how much I'm pressing B to not be hanging on this. Oh, sure, that's probably what I wanted. And in my version, what my character was doing when all of civilization completely collapsed, 100% totally collapsed, she was under for a session of sedation dentistry, which, if you're not aware, is if you're very, very uncomfortable going to the dentist, they can give you some sedative and you go to sleep, and when you wake up, the dental work is done. Except when she woke up, her dental work was done, and also all of civilization had collapsed, because that's about the length of time that it takes in this book. Oh, yeah, I don't need anything out of here. And I guess the premise of my not very well written, but extremely cathartic parody was... It is nighttime. Hold on. It's nighttime, and it's 3 a.m. See, I wasted the whole night. I guess we're going to go to this place and unlock it then. The premise of what I was writing was I wanted to have a semi-competent... This isn't going to go well for me. Could you please, for the love of God, get your feet under you and swing the hammer at the bad guy? This really looks like it should have a mural next to it. Or that it is a mural. The trouble is, I don't really have time to suss it out right now. I felt like the characters in the story, in the series of books that I had decided to spend my time reading, nobody assigned me to this, they were so poorly written, they were so stupid, they were so tropey, that what I wanted to do was to have at least one character that would think, act, and react like a regular person living in a world of just complete assholes, and went a fair distance into it before eventually deciding to go on and do something productive with my life. I sort of got it out of my system. But, like, to give you a sense, in this book series, at one point there's a character who's defined as, like, being, like, super into Star Wars. Like, he's super into Star Wars, and, like, that's his defining personality trait. Like most people who like Star Wars, it is the only thing that he likes in the world and the only thing that he ever talks about under any circumstances. You know, like a real person does. And at one point in the story, dude, like, jumps down... like 7 feet and completely shatters both of his knees. And as he goes down, he yells something like, "Use the Force, Luke," or something like as his knees buckle out from underneath him, his cry of pain is like, "No, there is another," or something. It's like, are you fucking serious? Nobody is into... What is this? Hold on, come back, because you're apparently a quest for me. And that's how that bloodstain got on that wall. So I should probably be somewhere else. Ah, crud, I'm not going to get my prize. Can I get my prize, do you think? How long will it take them to scale this building? Long enough. All right, we got a trashed weapon and some cooking flour. Okay, please get your balance. Oh, nice! Tan Crowd just completed the main storyline in this game just now. Congratulations! I just want people to know, like, when I finish the main story in this, that will almost certainly be the final episode. Sometimes there'll be like a couple things or like a DLC pack or something that I want to do, but usually when I hit credits, that is my experience with the game. Yeah, having the flashlight on right now. This is just going to be dim. Don't. Okay. It's trying to avoid taking a swim. Shit. No, I don't like the sound of that. I'm running away. I've said this before, but when I'm done, when like the adventure is done and I've like gotten all the stuff done that I'm going to, I want to look online. Shit. I want to find footage of the original release version. I'm actually really curious how the game is different and how it looks and sounds, because I did not see a frame of this game before we started playing. Do I have something that'll... Ow. Wow, jeez. Hold on. No. Hold on, I took monster damage. Aside from the apocalypse, where the shit are these people coming from? Hold on a second. Tancard is probably going to start a New Game Plus at some point, but I don't think I'm going to be playing more on that playthrough. Yeah, let's see. Games, like... The list of games that I, like, hit the end and then continued playing for various reasons are relatively short, and usually not on stream. One rare example was Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I loved Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I had so much fun with it. And after having finished the game, the first DLC, the second and final DLC, and then having gotten, like, nearly all of, like, the puzzles and the collectibles and, like, the hidden treasures and stuff. Uh-oh. There was, like, I don't know, 10, 15 additional ones that I hadn't gotten. So, off-stream, I went back to get them all. So, if you guys ever watch, and I can't say that I'd really recommend it, the nearly 100 episodes, like 80 episodes or something, of Assassin's Creed... Shoot. Hold on. At one point I was going there. Wait, what am I closer to there? Oh, I'm still closer to this one. Okay, yeah, let's go back. Where that playthrough ends in terms of completion was not where my time with it ended. But the rest of it was very literally like opening up a puzzle, like a clue, a riddle, attempting to figure it out. And I'm always extremely high. Can we come to a meeting of the minds here? There was a... Yeah, this guy. Hold on. I appreciate his dedication to just going on about his business, but regrettably, I want his goo. Oh, really? Tancred liked that game as well, Odyssey. And I forgive me that if I don't remember what has and has not come up earlier in this playthrough, but I earnestly thought when I was done with Valhalla, I was gonna like, okay, let me take a break. It's been a lot of Valhalla for a long time, and then I'll come back to it. Like we'll revisit. We'll be back for Valhalla, and I'm just not interested. I have all of those DLC packs bought and paid for, and feel like I have absolutely had my fill of Valhalla. So for better or worse, I feel like that's going to be that full playthrough of the main story. Okay, I was just going to go, but we'll do that then. Also, I heard this week that there's going to be like an optional peripheral, and again, a purely optional peripheral for Assassin's Creed Mirage that provides haptic feedback in like a t-shirt form. So if you take a hit, if you get stabbed or something like that, then the t-shirt will, the shirt will thump you. This sounds like exactly the sort of thing that I would... Oh, is that where it is? Yeah, suddenly I can... Okay, what am I stuck on? Okay. I need something with a little bit more pep. Okay. I usually try to save the... I don't know how to get up here, obviously. I usually try to save the regeneration... What's it called? Inhalers for a combat scenario, but that was a combat scenario, honestly. Well, if I could get up to that pole, then we could swing or slide down to it. So I guess I'm trying to get to that building there. Lord Imp is saying, what happened? What are we talking about? I went to get some food. Oh gosh. Which part of it? I think most recently that Assassin's Creed Mirage will apparently have the option to wear like this force feedback shirt that will hit you when you take damage. Okay. So here's where we're encountering one of the downsides to having the big slow weapon. If there's a guy in close... Hey! I stomped your skull. That's supposed to be endgame. You come back. I don't think I've seen a zombie. We've seen humans, I think, get up from the head stomp. Hakan, specifically. I think that's the first zombie that I did the double heels to the face, and she just got right back up. Okay. Where are you? Tancred is saying, I really like Valhalla, but I'm also having trouble getting through the last of the game, but at this point I already have almost all I can get. And Lord Imp is saying, another Assassin's Creed game. I will be, I've said this on many occasions, I am very interested to learn more about what Mirage actually is. I know what they have said that they intend to do. I will be extremely interested to determine, you know, to get my hands on whatever it is they actually do. Which might be exactly as they've advertised it. Or it might be... Like, here's an interesting case. The... System Shock remake that just came out. That game was in development hell for a long time. Like, that game... If we were having this conversation like a year and a half ago, I probably would have slapped down 10 to say, we're not going to see that. That product is not going to come out. They spent a lot of time trying to make that game, and at one point, reportedly, like, threw out a bunch of work on the grounds that they had started, like, adding more to it. And they were like, we're going to get back to basics. We're going to get back to what our originally intended, our original statement of goal was, which is we're going to, purpose of intent, which is we're going to do a remake of the original game. But they had fallen afoul of that thing. It's like this scope creep thing where I cannot go up from here. This is a trick. Well, not a trick. It's just... Unless there's something here that I'm not recognizing, I cannot go up from this location. It's very difficult for game designers to stay limited if they know more is possible. It's not impossible. Like you know, they can, but I feel like it's very tricky for them because if we just do this one thing, we can make it better. We can make it more. And I just will be very interested if Assassin's Creed Mirage turns out to be the old school, here's what Assassin's Creed used to be like, self-contained 20, 25, 30-hour single-player campaign. If that's what it is, all right, that's awesome, because that's exactly what they're saying it's going to be. I think that Ubisoft and the executives are not going to be able to resist that call of finding some sort of ongoing progression, some sort of like stay in the loop, continue to play, daily login bonus. Nobody is, no publisher is more into that garbage than Ubisoft. They put out games that I really, really like, and they also engage in a lot of business practices that I don't like at all. I do not know how to get up higher than this. Yeah, that's too high. I don't know. I can't get up from inside. Hold on. I want to get up onto the top of this building. Maybe we can do it from over here. Lord Aim is saying Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey are still the best ones I'd like to play. I enjoyed both of those. My personal preference is Odyssey. I think Odyssey was really great. Well, now, oh. Do I walk on this? Well, let's give it a shot. Oh, sure. I didn't know that I knew how to do this, but fortunately Aiden did. Without getting into any sort of spoilers, the first DLC for Assassin's Creed Odyssey was not great, for story reasons specifically. I was annoyed by that. Okay, now, is this seriously the exact same place that Nope, hold on. This is different, because this one has an open elevator. Okay, hold on. Before I leave this, since my goal is up... No, hold on. I see an open door up there. Kind of feel like I would have wanted to kick that guy down the elevator shaft. Oh, I honestly thought this person was like hissing like they were going to explode. Hello to debauchery. Jab is saying this game and video games in general make their weapons too big and heavy. You'd be very surprised how light a medieval mace is, and it was meant to cave in armor. Oh, hold on. Tancred was also saying, wait, hold on. I really like Valhalla, but I'm... Oh no, I saw that part. Okay, I may have missed something with Jab's transition to like the weight of medieval weapons, but it would make a lot of sense for the weapons to be... They'd have to be fairly light, I would think, in order to be wielded effectively. If something needs, like, a great big, like, wind up and a swing... Even if you land a couple good hits, it's going to leave you awfully open for tech. I don't know if I can swing on this bar. I still don't know if I can swing on this bar. I can hang from the bar. Oh, well, this problem's going to, like, really work itself out. Hey, guys, come over here. See this flashlight? Don't you want it? Yeah, okay. I think he shoved his friend, honestly. But no, I don't feel like I can jump from here. There we go. This is a much better way across. Now, are we... Yeah, we're getting there. Hello to debauchery. Sorry, I don't remember if I've previously said hello to debauchery. It's better to say hello a couple times. I feel like, just in case. Okay. Sort of felt like I was close enough on that, but learned otherwise. Up. Okay. I don't know where the actual control rod is. Like the control thing that I'm supposed to use to turn this on. I sort of feel like I'm meant to swing over there. Okay, let's start by doing this. It's not a fast travel point, but I'd really like to... It's actually the reason that I came up here, so it feels like a wise thing. Oh, I've already unlocked it just by stepping foot here. Okay, I don't have to turn on the generator or anything. Now... That's too high to jump, so I think I need to get some height off one of these things. Yoink. Debauchery saying, did you pick up any games for future streams on the summer sale? Yes, absolutely. And you did say it before, but I was in the other room getting our printer's password for a firmware update. I hope the firmware update goes well. I'm always nervous any sort of firmware update. I've never had a problem. Firmware updates, BIOS updates, never been an issue. But the knowledge that it could be an issue lives with me. Get there, get there. Okay. Yes, games, there were several games picked up. I don't know that I want to spoil all of them, but among them were Jedi Survivor, and I'm looking forward to playing that one because I really enjoyed the first one, and I'm optimistic that whenever we play the sequel, it will be fixed up. So, going over here doesn't make any sense because you can see the barbed wire up on top of that. There's no way up from those positions. I feel like here, though, if we can get up there, yeah, and then take the zip line over. So I need to get to the top of this spire, and I need to do it before my stamina runs out. And I need to, like, make this jump, which doesn't feel like it's going to be... What the fuck? So that was me not jumping. I just want to point that out. Or not running. Apparently I forgot to click to stick in, even though I thought that I did it. Debauchery is asking, did they fix performance issues? Last I saw, Digital Foundry had said that the performance on Jedi Survivor on PC was up like 20-30% over where it had been at launch. So it's significantly improved. I'll also say this about Digital Foundry. They care very much more about playing in 4K than I do. If I get a steady, I've said this on many occasions, if I can get a steady 60 frames per second at 1080p, I'm a happy camper. That's what I want. Okay, I guess I can stand on this barbed wire. I didn't know that was a thing, but... Please pull yourself up. There's that blue stamina gauge down there at the bottom. Makes me nervous when it's ticking away, ticking away, ticking away. Okay. Now, the radio towers, as I recall, specifically what they do is unlock... They show... Yeah. They show all of the words. The location of all of the inhibitor containers, which is pretty cool, on the map. Okay, let's pause for 1 second. Oh, nice. It actually shows it right there. So maybe it's only the ones that you've discovered, or maybe it is all of them, because I see one over there. So the next thing that I'd like to do is go turn in our books, I think. And is that here? Yes, Book Club 5. Lord Imp is saying there's some issues remaining in PS5, so he doesn't play it. I think we might have talked about this at one point. I had heard the PS5 version was the best version of the game. Like the most stable, the most steady, and not great, but substantially better than the others. I am running out of stamina very quickly. So I think we're going to get a lot lower. We just coast to a nice controlled landing. There's a thing there, a locker. See if I can get it before people get me.
Can anyone else see I don't want to die.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the mist to settle, because I think that if he's alive or like untied when we like set him free, then he'll take his very first breath ever. Imp is saying that he can't get a stable 60 even at the lowest settings on the PS5.
I don't know how to thank you. Will this do?
Fire resistance booster? Yeah, seems pretty good. Okay, whatever. We'll agree to disagree on whether or not I hit you with that. $300 meters. Oh, there's a question mark right here. I mean, it's like a thing, like a... Everybody knows what I mean. It's a supply place. Got it. All right. I don't actually need anything from there right now, so we'll just go. So while I'm going, we're just running for 300 meters. I think since the last episode, we watched the entirety of Ms. Marvel. And, I mean, just in recent episodes, we've talked some about Hawkeye and then Moon Knight. Hold on, is there a thing here? And many of the observations that I had... Okay, tried to block. Many of the observations that I had about those shows holds true here, which is most of the observations that I had about those shows don't really apply here. That's one of the things that I've been saying. All of these episodes, all of these series rather, are very different in tone and scope and target audience. And Ms. Marvel is no different, where I feel like Hawkeye is a story about the aftermath of the events of Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, and Moon Knight is its own pretty much completely standalone story that could exist in almost any comic line and any continuity without regards for any larger cinematic universe. And also plays very much against type, I think, for what you think of as being like a superhero show. Ms. Marvel reminds me of a lot of it's a very, very high budget and well executed version of the superhero shows that I felt like were prevalent for a lot of years when I was younger, which is this origin story about a young person who gets superpowers and weighing who in their life can know, should know, how are they going to, like, you know, getting acclimated for what they can do and what it means and why me and what's my purpose with this. And it's the opposite of angsty. It's the opposite of dark. It is as lighthearted and good-hearted and earnest as you can be before actually becoming animated. And with that said, there are some like clever and fun animations that my best like comparison point would be like the opening and closing credits to the Spider-Man movies. You know, that sort of like paper cutout animated like digital animation stuff that they would do to like show off like who played who in the Spider-Man movie. There's that stuff, except it's woven much more tightly into like the moment-to-moment presentation in Ms. Marvel, but still, I must say, used sparingly. There's not like a ton of it. You're not watching like what was that old MTV show where they did a lot of that stuff? Not Herman's Head. What am I thinking of? Get Over It? Was that the name of his show? In any event, it is fascinating to me that Moon Knight and Ms. Marvel were like released in relatively close proximity, like first Moon Knight, then Ms. Marvel, that they were adjacent projects, because you can see how much different creative control was given to the people that were bringing them to life, and how different their goals were in terms of like the audience that they wanted to court and the tone that they wanted to set, and frankly how tightly integrated they wanted it to be in with the rest of the MCU. I had a very good time with the series. It's in the upper tier of Disney Plus series for me. Because I just really appreciated like a lighter, more fun take. And as I say that, remember that I'm somebody who considers The Boys to be like one of the best entertainment products right now, like in any medium. I'm here for the dark and the gritty, the grim, the cynical, the more raw look that absolute power corrupts absolutely. I also like sometimes the opposite of that, and that's what Ms. Marvel is. It's, you know, with great power comes both great responsibility, but great opportunity. The real opportunity to help people and to do good in the world in a way that is much more manifest and material than it can be in other ways. And it's a show that really embraces that. And I thought the cast was wonderful. That's something that's unique, or not unique, that's shared among every single one of these shows. The people that they're casting, so many of them I've never seen before in anything, and you're like, why don't these people have more work? Like, just across the board, every single one of these series has so many great actors.
How the thrill I get when you walk through the door with more books. Let me see. Hardly. Franz Kafka might have thrived in our city. He wrote tales that blended realism and fantasy, creating surreal environments and scenarios. Doesn't that sound familiar? The Metamorphosis was all about a hideous transformation. Yes, he might have provided some brilliant insight into our current situation. Yes, you have preserved poetry. That's just what the city needs. Particularly the work of Pindar and his victory odes. They celebrate the triumphs of ancient athletes. And what is life today but a contest simply to survive? He was a firm believer in what man can achieve by the grace of the gods. Gods or no, I share his faith. I spoke about faith when we first met. Not only was that faith justified, you've now given me hope.
I brought back 3 books, I thought, and he did not comment on the 3rd one, which unfortunately was the one that I didn't, like, catch the name of it.
Aiden. I've barely been able to focus, waiting for you to return. I see you brought Kafka's Metamorphosis. Albert's been after that particular book for a while. I'm sure Albert waxed poetic about the theme of transformation and its parallels to the state of our world.
A lot of wax, actually. 2 earfuls, at least.
That's Albert. But I'm curious what you think. Is the protagonist's transformation into a giant cockroach an apt parallel for what's going on in our world?
I don't really see how. I'm trying to remember the name of the protagonist, if he even has one, but he was transformed into a giant cockroach, which put him out of step with the rest of society, unable to fit in, presumably, viewed as a monster and stuff. Here, the humans aren't going to be, well, maybe, there's a lot of zombie fiction is about humans are the real monsters, but sure? I mean, no, I'm going to say not quite. I just don't see how.
Hey, don't tell Albert, but it doesn't really work for me.
Oh? How so?
It turned me into a roach any day over becoming an infected.
I agree. I'm more apt to compare our world to Kafka's The Trial. We're all stuck in a maze of increasing danger and absurdity. There are authorities, but no accountability. No way to truly solve any problems.
Can't argue with that.
Do you know? This might be a little out of turn, Aiden, but I don't think I've ever been so aroused by a discussion of nihilism. I have to confess, Aiden. I was attracted to you the moment I laid eyes on you. So if I come off a little thirsty, well, I am. But it's your mind, Aiden. You constantly surprise and delight me. You have a devastating combination of mind and body. I've said too much. I hope I didn't just drive you away. Please, Aiden, come back soon.
I think it probably took a lot of courage to, like, just pour it all out like that. What did I get? 7 books? Yeah, we'll be on that later. Oh, that's what she handed us then, the list of the 7 books. So, Lord Imp is saying a giant what? Cockroach? Yeah, so that's the story in Franz Kafka's Metamorphosis. Dude wakes up and has been inexplicably transformed into a gigantic cockroach. It's not as interesting as that premise might sound. It's not one of my favorites, personally.
Take a look, pal.
Can I do upgrades? I can. So I'm actually really happy with the position of my regeneration boosters. The knives are nice. The Molotovs could use an upgrade, I feel like. The UV bars I never use, and an area of UV light does feel like something that I've never tested this, but I do have to feel like you'd be able to, like, replenish your, bar off of it. So let's see if we can upgrade the UV bar some. Larger effect radius. Oh, amount produced is like how many you make. Sure. Let's do it.
You can have that.
And that's where I'm out of... Okay, yeah, that actually worked out well, because now I'm completely out of uncommon infected trophies.
Anxious to see you again, pal.
Tancrowd is agreeing that the UV bars are great. I've used like 2, and at least one of them was entirely by accident. And I suspect that they are a lot more useful than I'm giving them credit for. It wouldn't be the first time that a game had like this incredibly useful tool that I just overlook and continue to go past. Usually when a game when I'm really stumbling in a game, when I'm really having difficulty making forward progress, that'll be when I start getting experimenty with some of the other like tools that are at my disposal. And if I'm not having much of a problem, I'm making steady progress, it's very easy for me to be like, oh, UV bars, I'll get back to those. Yeah, I'll use those later on, and then just not do it. Also, yeah, here we go. Just trying to figure out how to get down to the main deck. I was gonna stop by. Yeah, we probably have some trash that we want to sell.
Time to fish for value. It ain't no dead man's chest, but I'll take it.
Oh, surely I'm gonna have some gear to sell. Yeah, if it's not tank stuff,
Could
just
use
sell
that
it.
for ballast, if nothing else.
And oh, sell my valuables. Yeah.
Yep, I'll take that.
Surely I was not the only person who would play BioShock and walk up to the vendor and say aloud with my own mouth, "Welcome to the circus of value." I don't know what that vendor, like the store clerk, just said that reminded me of that. Oh, BioShock. What a great game that was. Okay, I don't need anything at the Craftsmaster. Yeah, and also, I'm not going to do the books right now. Like, we're supposed to meet Veronica. That would be a priority thing for Aiden. So, let's go do that. Actually, didn't he laugh as well, the automated vendor? Welcome to the circus of value! Okay, I need to not do that now in this game as well. I need to... Hold on. What is the run and, like, knock zombies aside button? Because until I do it, I'm not going to remember. Tic-tac, wall run, jump, wall combo, crowd runner. Hold left bumper while moving forward. Okay, that's kind of good. BioShock 2 and Infinite, those are games that every once in a while, I think, man, if I was going to revisit a game for the specific purpose of having it available on stream, those would be the ones. Or those would be some of the ones. And I think I just kicked a person in the head as I swung down. Okay, hold on. There was a question mark back here. I'm curious if... Oops. I'm curious if we can... I don't care about that. No. Whatever it was, I can't see it from here. And also, we need to not have that marked. Ms. Marvel was also funnier than most Marvel properties. And I mean, like, including the movies. And I think it might even be, like, categorized, like, on the streaming service as, like, you know, action, superhero comedy or something like that. And that might lead to the impression that it's silly. Silly is not necessarily where I'd categorize it, but it is less serious than a lot of the other Marvel products. And it has a couple lines that, like, legitimately made me laugh, like, laugh out loud. And I don't often laugh when it's just like us watching here something. It's a point of continuing surprise that I will sit there completely silent and then say at the end, yeah, it was pretty funny. But there were some parts in Ms. Marvel that I legitimately enjoyed, and it all came down to the timing of the actors. They were really good at nailing these lines that they were given in a way that could have just been like, oh, haha, but instead just, I don't know. It's a very, very personable cast. There's also a woman in it, and I kept looking in the credits to see what her name was, because I swear to God that she, like, was on Critical Role as well. Like, she was a guest that they brought in on Critical Role, I think Exandria Unlimited. She's got a very distinctive face, and it's like, that's definitely her. And I never quite caught her name on Critical Role. I'm sure it was on screen a million times. I just don't remember it. But the point is, in Ms. Marvel, in the closing credits, I never saw a name that I would recognize as hers. I thought it was like Amani something, and I could be wrong. I need to look it up now that we finished the series, because I'm curious. Oh, hi everyone. Well, now I'm on stage, so got a little bit too centered there. Okay, 200 meters that way. Wow, when they say the dam, they mean the dam. All right. I also have a specific moment that I want to talk about, which is not really a... Well, not really. It is not a plot spoiler in any way, shape, or form. It would sort of like spoil a part that I thought was amusing, and it just so that people know, it does take place in the final episode. And I know that sounds like a spoiler, but it actually is not. However, I'm not going to do it right now because we're at the dam. I might discuss it later, just because I feel like it's very easy for me to use this as a comparison point for like a specific sect of, quote, media critics, unquote, that I think do a lot of arguing in bad faith. I don't know if they did it on this one, but boy, would it be easy for them to. But let's have a conversation with Veronica first. We are here to meet her, and she is down there. I really feel like I'd want to announce myself. Hello, my name is Aiden. I'm here to talk to Veronica. I'm incredibly heavily armed, but that's not a threat. That's just me letting you know you're gonna see like just a lot of blood and gristle. Most of it's not mine. Anyway, can we have a talk about my sister? I don't know how to get to this person. Here we go. Hello? Hi. I'm probably less threatening than I appear.
I remember you from the bazaar. You helped the peacekeepers.
Yes, but only to get here, really?
Aitor. He was trying to do something good in Old Villador. But the hatred between the bazaar and PK grew too strong. It became a powder keg.
And those renegades, why are they after you?
Probably the same reason as you. To access the GRE database. What do you want from it, Aiden? Why are you risking so much?
So, Aiden has made reference to meeting this person before. I'm not good with names and I'm not good with faces. I would still swear to God I've never seen this person before in my life. I don't know why I would or would not trust her, but this would not be the first time that Aiden has been just completely forthright about what he wants. It's both true and frankly a plea for sympathy. If you've ever in your life cared about somebody or had family, then maybe you will understand.
I'm looking for my sister.
Your sister was in the GRE?
No, she was a prisoner. I haven't seen her in 15 years.
A prisoner? You mean a test subject?
I don't know what I'll find. She's the only family I've got. The only answer to what Waltz has done to us.
Waltz?
He held us there. Had a hobby of experimenting on kids. Did you know about that?
I was only a mid-level doctor, Aiden. I'm sorry. Want to know anything else? Or can we go?
Why are you helping me? Are you looking for something in the database as well?
Aiden, those vaults contain my organization's biggest secrets. I almost died because I was a part of it. I need to know what they were hiding.
What if you don't like what you discover?
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Okay, sorry, we have to pause for just 1 second because we just got a huge raid from 2Dan Easy. Hello to 2Dan Easy. Pardon me. Simply Foxy. Hello to Shaky Arts. Hello to everybody. I hope that you are all having a fantastic Sunday. We're actually going to pause for 5 seconds here. Let's do a quick shout out. I've not previously met 2Dan Easy, but I am very, very grateful for having the raid. We are playing Dying Light 2 for the very first time. It looks like 2Dan Easy has also been playing it. This is a first playthrough here. If you are enjoying it half as much as I am, I think you're having a great time. It has been a tremendous amount of fun. Hello to everybody, and hello to Amp the Vamp, who feels new, but is not marked as being a new message. Hello to you as well. You have a very nice voice, may I say. Thank you very, very much. How's your Dying Light 2 going? It is going, it's going well. A lot of deaths along the way, mostly from falling at very high velocities. And we are currently here talking with a woman named Veronica about central plot stuff. So just in case we're further along and this person does not look familiar to you with her violet eyes, I would understand if you wanted to avoid spoilers. I tremendously appreciate the raid. And yeah, we're having a conversation here on sort of main story. To give you guys a sense, I have the paraglider and the grappling hook and at least a couple level 5 like completely upgraded weapons that I can craft, and I mostly use those. Primarily outfitted as a tank character, so better defenses and lots of damage bonus to two-handed weapons, and haven't really done anything with like the DLC or the bounty systems except sort of picking up stuff as we go. But seriously, you guys, thank you very much, and I hope you've had a great weekend so far. He's new here and just followed then. Thank you very much, Amp. And by the way, just before I hit this, something at some point broke. The system used to announce follows. It doesn't do that anymore, and we've tried to fix it on several occasions. So just a general thank you to anyone who has followed. Usually what happens is we see at the end of the stream all the people that followed, and just seriously, thank you guys all very, very much. Your voice is gold. Oh, I really appreciate it. Just got to the central loop tonight, was very intense. Is that the, I think that's the, is that the second main area? Because if it is, that's where we've been for some time. So this might be story spoiler stuff. But yeah, the plot beats in this game are extremely well done, and I've enjoyed a lot of the side stuff as well, quite a bit.
How did a GRE doctor wind up at the bazaar?
By not letting anyone know I was a GRE doctor. After the revolution, the GRE were blamed for the disaster. Personnel were rounded up and executed.
People used revenge to relieve the pain. Doesn't matter if it doesn't work.
What happened, happened. Now I'm someone else.
Very quickly, somebody was asking about, Amp the Vamp was asking about the paraglider. Main story stuff. I would, you know, as you proceed through the main story, let me share like one thought that I have, knowing now what I, you know, if I knew then what I know now. Focusing on the main story until you unlock some of those really important tools will just help you feel a lot better getting around the second city zone.
How are you planning to get us inside the observatory?
Look, there's a security tunnel into the complex. It was locked up years ago. Give me the key, Aiden.
Dan, thank you very much for the raid. I completely understand. I hope you have a great evening.
Are you sure the key is functional?
Well, it has been.
Maybe the problem is that the building has no electricity.
Is there any other way to get in there?
It depends how much we're prepared to risk.
A lot, if you ask me.
Okay, then come with me. I have something to show you.
Boy, people in this game are fast. Talk to Veronica is presumably, yeah, up. Yeah, Dan is taking off to avoid spoilers, and yeah, that's one of the reasons that I wanted to sort of like give a little bit of information on progress, just because hugely appreciate the raid, and just I want to make sure that Dan or anybody else coming by has an opportunity to avoid any story beats that haven't yet come up, because I mean, among other things, I like to encourage raids and have more people in the community that we can raid out to as well.
See those domes?
Sure, but the place is flooded with chemicals.
The GRE had a solution for that. When they created the THV Gen mod, they had to protect their employees from exposure.
But the THV what?
The chemicals. They came up with blockers. Shots that would shield their workers for a few minutes from the fumes. Fortunately, I still have 2 doses. Had a feeling they'd come in handy one day.
Oh, those must be worth a pretty penny.
They are extremely rare. For now, we will need only 1. For you.
Wait, you're not coming?
No, I will join you, but... First, I'd like you to restore the power to the building. You see, I have panic attacks when I'm in tight spaces or in the dark. Now, you probably think I'm a coward.
Not at all. I think it took guts to come here. So let's do this.
When you get there, first restore the power. Then I'll be able to join you. Hold out your arm. Remember, the shot shields you from the chemicals for a limited time only.
Can't I take the other one too?
No, not at the same time. This stuff's too strong. Go as fast as you can to the smaller dome, and from there to the higher one. You should find a door leading inside. There. You'll be safe. Then head to the B block. There you should find the building's main circuit breaker. As soon as you turn on the electricity, the security door will unlock, and I can join you by going through the tunnel I showed you. Now go. The blocker is working.
Okay, did you happen to prepare like a binder with those instructions? So, go to the smaller one, then the taller one, then... Oh god, I'm out of time. Block B.
Blocker is working.
I think she said. Also, I'm really glad that, Aiden was just like, no, that's not embarrassing. No, or coward. She said, I bet you think that I'm a coward. No. Feeling uncomfortable in tight spaces and in the dark under any circumstances is, a recognizable human phobia. It should not open you up for, being made fun of or anything.
Circuit malfunction in Block B. Emergency protocol initiated.
Veronica, I made it through the chemicals to the first dome.
Great. Now just get to the second one. Find a door, a hatch, or whatever leads underground.
Right.
And that's before, by the way, you get into a situation where the entire world is dilapidated ruin, and also there's literal monsters that prowl the night. I'm surprised more people wouldn't be... oh, it's a swinger. Okay. I don't see where to go from here. Okay, that seems a little high. Please? Nope? Okay, now I just die. Okay, we get to start that again. No problem. Maybe there was someplace else to swing. It really looked like it was encouraging me to go up. Okay, so there's the swing thing. I don't see anywhere else to go except to swing on this. Okay. Just my angle was off. Oh, shit. Well, I deserved that. I jumped way too early. I do think I'm supposed to go up there from there, but... yeah, rub it in. Respawn. But anyway, what I was saying is that I appreciate the fact that Aiden doesn't... Aiden is so averse to making fun of people for their... Oh, maybe I'm not supposed to go back. I saw the drape there. I was like, oh, maybe we can jump up from there. But no, it looks like you go this way. You swing on that to get over there. Aiden doesn't even consider mocking her for her phobia. That's the end result. And see, maybe you could have gotten up there. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We're here. Hello
Veronica,
to Jelly Buns.
Found the entrance. So far, so good. How do you know this place so well, by the way?
I was here just once, long ago. But I have a good memory.
That sounds useful.
Well, sometimes it's a curse. Really.
Amphivamp is saying Aiden justifying those fears, which I also have, makes me feel happy and appreciated. Yeah, good. I mean, I'm sorry that those are fears that you have, but everybody has something that they're afraid of, and a lot of people have fears that are not entirely rational, which is what a phobia is. I myself don't feel very comfortable. Like, the dark doesn't really get me, but tight enclosed spaces, that, you know, beyond a certain point will get me, and also heights, which is actually something that has come up in this game.
Veronica, I have a horde of infected here.
Shit. I hoped it would be empty by now.
Well, it isn't. Don't know if I can get through.
Use the UV flashlight on your belt. That should keep them at bay. Just don't stop, Aiden.
Also, I'm pretty good at weakening infected through conventional means. Oh, he recovered very quickly. Okay, we good? Okay, that's a lot of dudes. Yeah, the big two-handed bludgeons have worked out well for me. Jellybun says the impact feels real. Yeah, the big guys... Oh, hold on. Oh, he anticipated my dodge. That guy said... I can't dodge the left because there's a wall there. Okay. If you think I'm gonna leave this room without looting all the bodies, you've not been paying attention to the way I play games, game. Okay. Feel pretty good about that. Also, it's just got such an arc to it. Oh, no! Oh, we kicked him into the pipe so hard he left his arm behind. Okay, there's nothing else in here. Jellybuns can't handle clowns. Yeah. Everybody, I feel like, has something. And then the thing that they have will vary by degrees. So not everybody is, like, absolutely fight or flight in terror of something, but then some people are. I don't like the sounds. Alright, I legitimately thought somebody was coming from me. Am says, spiders make me scream like I'm being murdered. I jumped down a ladder to escape one. Yeah, spiders, was like, I don't like having spiders crawling on me, but then again, I don't like any insects crawling on me. Generally speaking, small things crawling around on me, not a fan. But that's more of the sensation. I don't have like, what's it called? Arachnophobia, that I know is very real for some people. But yeah, I'd say as a general rule, mock people's phobias at your peril. I feel like that usually isn't going to reflect well on the person doing it. Is this toxic? It looks like it might be. No. Okay. This is more people than I thought. Hold on. Oh, nope, nope. B. This is not a lock-picking time. Okay, so do I still have a... I do not. Hold on a second. We're all standing ankle deep in water, so I don't know how effective it's going to be, but once upon a time I had some pretty good Molotovs. Let's get rid of this, and let's go for this. These are terrible Molotovs. Can I make better ones? Where are my good Molotovs? Here. Let's build 4. Okay, now inventory. And now nope, I want the good Molotovs. I am completely fumbling this interface, damn it. And that's great. Hold on. And it worked pretty well given the amount of water that there is. Okay, is that pretty good? My housemate says Jelly Buns is afraid of condiments. Like ketchups and mayonnaises and stuff like that. I know that, Dan Reichert, formerly of Game Informer, had a real thing about sour cream. And when it turned out that he had actually been eating for years his mother's macaroni and cheese that had sour cream in it, his reaction was to feel like he actually had some like at home, and he said that he was going to go home and throw it out. Even though he had, as long as he didn't know what was in it, he liked it. But as soon as he found out the sour cream was in it, he was just like done with it. That's surprising to me, but again, different people have different stuff. A friend of mine, it's sort of like a friend of a friend. I once knew of someone who was dating a young woman who just could not with the sound of metal utensils, metal food utensils, metal forks, knives, spoons, and whenever like there was a meal around her, she greatly preferred and requested for people to make use of plastic utensils. And like I'm over here like, sure, that's no problem. What's it to me? I don't believe that I ever went to dinner with this specific person, but if I had been invited, it would have been like, yeah, it's fine. Like the way that I think about it. Hold on. Okay, sure. All right, we're just gonna let this take its course for a minute. I'm not even using my good one Yeah, this is the good one. At some point I got switched over. I think it was when I was fighting one of the hags. One of the banshee ones that like jump around a lot. And I switched because I was trying to get up like a single-handed weapon just to swing a little bit faster. Oh, this one just completely missed the whole party. Jellybun's also not a fan of metal forks against teeth. Should be able to get here.
Hey, Veronica, I made it. The electricity's on.
Great. The security tunnel is open. I'll try to take the elevator down to you.
This place was quite the hive. Plenty of infected. But I got rid of them.
They were people too, Aiden. They deserve respect. Aiden? What? What's going on? The elevator. It stopped.
I see. I think it blew a fuse. Checking.
Do something. Quick. Please.
Okay,
Don't worry. I'll fix it.
Please, don't leave me here.
Don't be afraid. I just need a moment.
Don't leave me. Don't leave me.
Aiden, keep talking to her. Also, where the hell?
Oh my God.
I hate not being able to know where to go.
Let me out.
Find a way to restore power.
Fuck! Aiden! Do something! Let me out!
I'm working on it.
Let me out! Let me out!
That's not a switch box, is
I'm
it?
not sitting
No.
on my hands here, Veronica.
Is it? No.
Try to breathe. Slowly.
Oh, don't leave me! Just don't leave me here!
Shouting won't do anything except attract infected. Yeah, calm down. I won't leave you.
Shit, how do I get up there, though?
Veronica, the power's back. You all right? Veronica, I'll meet you by the elevators.
This is not an elevator. I'm just now realizing this is not an elevator. Now, hold on. Now can I go back for that stuff? I really didn't want to loot in the middle of that, but I also don't necessarily want to leave stuff behind. Also, like, I'm just saying, Aiden could have... I know that he's Nolan North and gets paid by the word, but come on. You could have continued talking to her through her panic attack. Any reassurance that you were there and not of the, come on, I'm getting there. Give me a break. I'm not just sitting on my hands. Yeah, as Lord Impa says, elevators don't have handles like that on their doors. That's what clued me in. Whoops. Oh, hold on. It's too high. Jellybuns also peels the cheese off her pizza, but that's a...
See? Told you everything would work out.
Texture thing.
Just get in.
This doesn't feel constructive, but I also don't know what he's gonna do. Here's how I would calm Veronica down. I'd ask her a question of something that she gets a chance to talk about whatever she wants. Like, so how did you first come to the bazaar? Anything at all to turn her mind off of it.
You always been claustrophobic?
Yeah, it's perfect. No notes.
Seriously? For over 10 years.
So what happened then?
Aiden, for God's sake, can we not talk about this right now?
Yeah, that feels super crappy.
The database. Where is it?
Just give me a moment. Below us.
Even farther than this?
Another 6 floors down.
Okay, see, this is what I wanted to do in the first place.
This is pretty high tech.
Before the GRE, this complex was run by the military. They used it to monitor threats, rocket attacks, that sort of thing. That's why they called it the observatory. Then the virus came, and that was the end.
So what happened here, in the end?
Well, the GRE lost control of the situation, and it all went to hell. Everything collapsed. From what I know, the scientists at first barricaded themselves inside. But soon, conditions in here were as bad as they were in the city. So some of them quietly slipped out. And those who stayed are the ones you got rid of earlier.
So the military ran this place before the GRE?
Yes. It used to be a Cold War command bunker.
Cold War?
A period in the last century. Wars back then were fought on a grander scale. It wasn't just about day-to-day matters like having enough water, UV lamps, and food scraps. In a way, though, it was just like things are now. People lived every day in constant fear.
That's quite the story.
They used to call places like this witnesses to history. Great. Dark again.
Wait, I'll try and figure something out. If we have electricity here, we could use it to power up the whole floor.
Veronica, you don't mind if I lockpick some stuff unrelated to your power problems, right? Amphivamp is saying that they also have a fear of elevators, especially with the claustrophobia, and friends have to sort of like gather around and hold their hand so they don't get scared of the other people in it. I will say this, so I don't have like a fear of elevators. However, if the option to take the stairs is available to me, I will usually take the stairs only because I won't get stuck on the stairs. Like, I can just keep going.
We need to open these doors somehow. Maybe from the other side.
I've never gotten stuck on an elevator. It's just not an experience that I'd like to have. So I'm like, you know what? I can just take the stairs. This doesn't feel like a door that's going to open without power. I can't open this door without getting on the other side of it, he says. Oh, just straight up. Okay. I wasn't thinking this drop ceiling was going to be someplace that I could navigate, but I guess they built this place out of sterner stuff than styrofoam. But again, I was sort of like thinking, wouldn't everybody be afraid of the dark in an environment where being in the dark advances your lethal infection a few degrees closer towards being a mindless zombie? Like, the dark in this universe is literally dangerous. Just the absence of light. So it seems like a sensible thing to be worried about. I'll also say, for Aiden's sake, and I feel like Aiden's handling it well, but she did not come in here with the expectation of walking into like a tanning salon. She has every reason to believe that the power in here is going to be unsteady and a lot of darkness and possibly some closed-in spaces, possibly some collapses and cave-ins. The fact that she chose to come in at all, she could have just sat outside and like answered his questions on the radio. She's kind of being a solid person by agreeing to come in at all. Okay, hello. So we can see cord A. I just don't know where it goes yet. So let's take a look.
I need to get in there somehow and get that door open.
Yeah. So there's panel A that cord A goes to. I did see the door behind me. Slip in here and see what we can find. This is non-interactable, but I bet that she has something that'll do it. Maybe even Aiden's GRE key. Yeah, so this is not yet someplace I can go. Amp the Vamp says, if there's a stairs option, they'll always pick it over the elevator. I'm scared something will happen on it. I mean, I think you'd be pretty scared in the dark. If the dark meant that you'd literally die. Yeah. Everyone in this world sleeps in the comforting glow of a UV lamp, and also if that bulb burns out while they're asleep, they may not wake up. Seems like a reasonable thing to be a little concerned about. Come on. There we go. I really thought that, like, the closet was going to be a secret door into, like, the adjoining room. It is another up, yes. Can I kitty corner this? Like, in an environment like this feels like it'd be very, very, confining. But as long as there's, like, the sharp metal edges, if in the real world that would get me if I felt like it could, like, catch on my clothes.
Now, I'll just plug this cable in. It might work.
Like, going through a space like that with, like, a backpack or something that I feel like could get snagged on something and then I wouldn't be able to get out of the backpack, that would make me extremely uncomfortable. Take off the backpack and shove it ahead of me like I'm Bishop in Aliens, I'm gonna do a lot better. Hi, go. Oh, Jelly Buns is going on a date. Jelly Buns, I hope you have a fantastic time tonight. I don't know if it's a first date or an ongoing thing, but I hope that you have a wonderful close to your weekend and a great evening. Okay. I want to say no. It's a husband date, says Jelly Buns. Okay. Well, I mean, like, still, a date is a date. I hope that the two of you, you and the husband, have a great time.
Smart move. Rerouting the circuit.
Yeah, saved my life a few times. Veronica, should we get going?
Yes. Let's get this over with and then get out of here. This way. The main computer is there. You'll finally know what happened to your sister.
She's all I have.
What about your parents?
I don't remember them. Just her. We were a good team. Without her, it's like, God, I don't know.
You don't know what?
Well, I don't really know who I am.
We're all different people than we were 15 years ago. We all got lost. It's here. It's locked again.
What now?
The terminal is inactive. The security system isolated this area.
I guess I'm up.
I've got an idea. Try to find the officer's room. There's a security desk. We could try to operate the door locks from there. You should be able to use your GRE key on it.
You sure know a lot about this building.
Please, just insert the key and select emergency unlock on the screen. I'll explain everything to you when we're done.
Said on many occasions how much I like the soundtrack to this game, and this thing that it's doing right now is a good example of it. Lord Imp is saying, we once went to Minneapolis to get the... I don't know how to say this word. Something chamber, or world's most silent room, and in a pitch black, noir black interior, no light and no sound, and stayed there for more than 17 hours. Is that... So, what was the... Aside from going into, like, an incredibly quiet, like, sensory deprivation room, was there anything else to it? Like, I know that... What's it called? Like, I don't know what it's called. There's some, thing that people like to do where they go into, like, a completely black room and they are served food, without being able to see any of it. And it's so that your senses are entirely in tune with the... like, the taste of the food, and there's absolutely nothing else to, occupy your thoughts.
Aiden, it worked.
Yeah, but we may have another problem. I'm stuck here. I need to find a way out.
Can I help you somehow?
I don't think so. Just stay where you are.
Lord Imp is saying there was nothing in that room except a chair and them. Was there... I feel like I'd be very bored very quickly. So I hope that it went okay. There could be some real therapeutic benefits. It could be a great, like, meditative experience. 17 hours sounds like a long time for... At least for me. Just want to make sure there's nothing else over here. No. I did not know that Lance Henriksen has some pretty specific lines that he will not cross as an actor. Including... Oh, I can't throw a knife from here. He will not play somebody who beats women. He will not play somebody who is, like, cruel or savage to children. And there's one other thing that I just heard about him. Wow, hold on, really? I'm gonna break this lockpick. Got it. I think maybe the last thing was a little bit more, like, fluid in that he's not interested in playing characters that are just, like, incredibly one note. That there has to be some depth there, or he just, like, can't connect and he can't do anything with the role. Like, people that are just irredeemable scumbags, he just no. And that's just interesting. I feel like a lot of actors will typically take roles that are interesting to them, take roles that they feel give them an opportunity to flex their acting muscles to... What did this room used to be? Just the random woman room? Sorry, now I'm just distracted that we've got some artwork of just this woman. It's got, like, a little kitchenette. This looks like it was, like, a little break room or something. I just wonder why they had this, like, just... Did she work here? That would have been super weird. I'm just, like, weirdly distracted by this now. Sorry, we found the thing, right? Yeah.
Dr. Veronica Ryan, Director, Field Laboratories Department. A mid-level GRE doctor, my ass. Seems to be Veronica's office. You weren't honest with me, Veronica. Who's that boy? Maybe her son?
Aiden.
A funny thing. Seems there was another Veronica Ryan, Director, Field Labs Department.
I was going to tell you.
Why are you helping me? Are you working with Waltz?
Waltz? No, never. Even back then, I didn't. Waltz had his own research team.
But you knew about the experiments, how they used kids. Me and my sister.
That's why I'm here, Aiden. I cannot forget what we did here. That we let you down. All those kids in pain and no cure to show for it.
Cure? We were 5, for fuck's sake.
Small children showed natural immunity to the virus. We saw a correlation between age, brain development, and infection severity. That's why they were experimenting on you. The GRE, the world, needed you. You seemed our only hope. I'm sorry.
Was it worth it? I mean, did you even come close to a cure?
We were close. But the virus, it finally reached the complex.
So, were you involved in those experiments?
No. The tests on children were all performed at a laboratory. Here we were gathering data and compiling research. I was here when it all happened. Team members began to turn, and things quickly spiraled out of control. One by one. We were locked inside, hiding, sneaking around through those dark corridors and ventilation shafts. My son. He was here with me. Paul. He was 5 back then, too.
What happened to him?
I managed to find the shaft leading to the main entrance. I told Paul to wait for me. I kissed him. And I told him to wait until I made sure the entrance was safe. He clung to me. Didn't want to let me go. When I came back for him, he was gone. I was only away for 15 minutes. I spent the next week looking for him. And then the rest of my life crying. I should have known. He was a kid. Scared. Alone.
I'm sorry. You were trying to take him out of here. How could you know?
Anyway. We all have our own stories of the past. Let's concentrate on what happens next.
Okay. Let's go.
But who's the woman in your dining room? It's just, there's so little artwork in this world. So much has been looted that when you just see a human face in something, it's hard to be like, oh, who's that? And for all I know, that's a headshot of the actor who plays this doctor. Like, it could be as simple as that, and it's just like a little Easter egg that they shoved in. But it's like, it really catches the eye, doesn't it? To just have like a person's face in like the photograph in here?
So, we going in?
Hope you find what you've been looking for. All the GRE's data is in there, Aiden.
What's up?
Damn it, I don't know.
We'll try it again.
I can turn sideways.
It's stuck.
Fuck it, I'll go.
No, wait.
I'm done waiting. It's time for answers. Oh, wow. Here we go.
Infection detected. Beginning decontamination.
Veronica, what's going on? Talk to me, Veronica. Are you okay?
Looks like we tripped an alarm.
Decontamination procedure.
Decontamination procedure? That can't be good.
It's not. Chemical decontamination's deadly.
Well, how do we stop it?
I don't know.
Veronica? Veronica!
Do remain calm.
Veronica?
I can't stop it.
Do something!
I'm thinking.
So think faster.
Blockers. I still have one. You have to find one for yourself.
Any idea where to look?
The control room. Maybe they kept some there. Go. Find the control room.
Decontamination procedure ready to begin.
They're super trying.
Find a way up. Hurry.
Up.
Control room. Upstairs.
Nope, that's too high. Okay. Here we go. I don't know where this goes, but hopefully somewhere.
Quick.
I know. I fucking know.
Can I go down or over? The fucking thing is spinning. Oh my god, I'm going the wrong fucking way. I'm gonna die. I guess I kind of noticed it spinning. I didn't realize... Shit. No, this is where I die. I kept going around it, and like every time I looked, it's like, oh, I haven't gone far enough. I'll just go a little bit. Yeah, no, this is great. Yeah. Christ. I was trying to move fast, not smart.
Find a way up. Hurry. Control room. Upstairs.
And fortunately, I've really corrected that this time. Okay.
Quick.
I know. I fucking know.
Can I? No, I can't go any further here, so... Fine. Ugh. What? What? Okay. I still got off in the wrong thing.
I found one.
That's it.
All right, now comes the fun part.
Aiden, did you make it? Aiden?
Aiden? Aiden, you all right?
Yeah. Yeah, I used the blocker.
God. I think we're safe now.
That's good to hear.
Ready to plug in?
Are you serious? Yeah, do it.
Cross your fingers, Aiden. The moment of truth. Damn, it's broken.
Oh no, you shitting me?
Yeah, I am. It's just an old system. Wait. Give me the key.
Good one.
Authorization granted.
There is a list of patients and personnel. Who do you want to check first?
Search for Mia.
Is that your sister?
Yes.
Nothing.
Impossible. She was there. With me.
I'm searching. Sorry, Aiden. Records show no patients named Mia.
God! It's impossible. Waltz.
Checking. One record. Clinical studies. Substance 1354. Study abandoned. All patients discharged from the center.
Look through all the names.
Patient discharged.
All of them?
Yes.
Damn it. No info on where they ended up? Or about this substance, 1354 or something?
I'm sorry, Aiden.
I will check my name. Aiden.
Aiden. There's one record. Among the youngest children. Year 2020. Aiden Caldwell? Is that your surname?
Well, it is now. What does it say?
Data classified. Only one note. Warning, patient shows an above-average tolerance to the substance. Most tests performed. Exemplary results. Aiden? You all right?
Yes, I think so. Is there anything else?
No. That's all. There's more. The substance was also tested on some infected at GRE facilities across the city. To no avail. The project was run and supervised from X-13. It was eventually shut down, as was X-13 itself.
Is there anything more about this X-13?
In here? I doubt it. But I heard about it. X-13 was a hub of GRE operations.
And the substance, you know what it is?
There were so many tests and clinical studies, Aiden. Let me search the database for the research data. Something's wrong.
What do you mean?
It says a procedure's been initiated.
Another procedure?
I'm looking... Lots of data. Started, then paused 11 years ago. Resumed a few days ago in X-10. There's also a map. Several locations are marked, including the observatory.
What the hell does it all mean?
I have no idea, but...
Intruder alert. Intruder alert.
Infected?
They must be here somewhere.
Renegades.
They must have followed us.
There's no time. Hurry, take the key, hide yourself somewhere, and lock yourself in. I'll deal with them.
Aiden, we don't know how many there are.
I'll handle it.
Hello to Fox McCloud. Oh, nope, B. Perfectly silent. Get rid of the renegades. Yes, I agree. Oh. Is this person facing away? Yes. All right. I really appreciate when they decided to come in here to like hunt for us. The first guy in the door decided to shout like he was one of the goons from Back to the Future 2. Yeah, Aiden.
Monica, you all right?
Yes, but I have bad news. These locations on the GRE system, they appear to be targets. Targets for missile strikes.
Missile strikes? What are you talking about?
The failsafe protocol. We don't have much time. Listen, this marks River End and Garrison. That's in the central loop. People live there. You have to warn Frank.
Okay. Okay, I will. Frank, your neighborhood is marked on some tactical map. You have to tell people to evacuate.
What?
No time to explain. Just clear everyone out of there, Frank.
How can I warn them? I got no way to send out an emergency broadcast. I'll try to reach as many as possible.
God, shit.
Open the fuck up!
Just wait here. I'll try to get through to them from above and take them out. You're safe here.
I feel like this entire room is like real nightmare fuel for her. Is there a way out of here for me? I mean, maybe. Crud. That's not really... Okay, dude, whatever gets me there. Like the least efficient way over. Imp is wondering how...
Heard a lot about you. Might say I'm a fan.
Oh, yeah? You want an autograph?
I'll rip you in half. Gonna paint the walls with your gun.
Oh, they gave up trying to get into the door.
Aiden, I'm trapped. I really don't like this.
Hold on.
Eat this.
Oh, crud. He's discovered my weakness, standing slightly above shoulder level. I really face planted into the chair, though. Okay. Veronica! Veronica, I'm coming as quickly as I can. I just have to get past some of these bodies. They're right in the way, but I will be with you. Check.
Veronica? I think it's safe now, but we have to get going. Veronica?
Oh, man.
Veronica? You there?
I mean, I assume, like, down here, yeah? It's where we left her. You know, I don't think I've used a single...
Talk to me.
I had to get out, Aiden. I'm sorry. I felt trapped in there.
Okay. Where are you?
I headed towards the elevators.
Veronica? What's happening?
Someone's here, Aiden. Oh, no. No, no, no!
Veronica!
She was here. That's her radio. Find her. You heard the boss. We're moving. Get her back!
Which elevators did she go to? Oh.
Damn it.
Aiden. Holtz. He's here. He'll find me soon. Hurry up, Aiden. Please.
Someone's there.
Veronica? Hold on.
Let's pause there real quick to get my stamina recovered. Oy.
Veronica, talk to me. Hang on, Veronica. I'm coming.
Where's the key? Where is the...
Run!
Veronica, I saw you in my peripheral vision. You need to go faster. This way? Go! Okay, cool. Keep going. Yeah, your arms aren't going to be heavy enough.
Veronica, get away! Give the fucking key! Give it to me! Just run, I'll stop him. Why do you need this key, fucker? What have you done with Mia?
Little boy. I made you, Aiden. Give me the fucking key.
What have you done with my sister?
She's long gone.
No! I'll kill you!
Weakling!
Okay, don't hit him when he's doing his arm cross then. Just whack him in the back so he goes face first into the centerpiece here. I don't know what his Iron Man strike is. Like, he's hit me with it, and it does sort of, like, knock me down, but... Okay, no, double kick doesn't do much. Oh boy, Waltz, you wouldn't like me when I get angry.
You should have died years ago.
Aiden, hold on. You'll be okay. Just hold on. Aiden. It's okay, Aiden. It's okay. Aiden. No! No!
Veronica.
Jesus Christ!
What? What have you done to me?
I showed you the truth. It's too late.
Aiden. Aiden, where are you?
Aiden! 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 Hey, I got a signal here. Hurry, under that rubble. He's here. Aiden, stay with me.
got the key, Luan.
Fuck, Aiden, you're heavy. Almost there. Just hold on. Hold on. Oh, you're back. Thank God. You really gotta stop doing that. You had me worried, and I don't get worried.
Keep away from me, Luan.
Wow. I mean, it's not like I expected flowers. But for digging you out from under the rubble and carrying you here on my back, a small thank you would be nice.
You don't understand, Luan.
You what?
I killed Veronica.
What?
I killed her. And not only that, I'm turning.
I saw Veronica's body. It was torn as if by a volatile. You couldn't.
It was me. Waltz's experiments. Back then in the hospital, there was nothing in the GRE database about Mia. But about the drug Waltz was giving us, it had the greatest effect on me. Waltz told me that Mia's dead. I have to get away from here. I'm a threat if I stay to everyone.
What if he lied to you? And Mia's alive? And even if not, you didn't kill Veronica, Aiden. That wasn't you. I repeat, that was not you. If this transformation is because of Waltz, then we're going to make him fix it. Got it? I'll help you.
How?
Waltz created the inhibitors. He must know how to counter their effects.
What's that?
Come on. Probably another building collapse.
Oh my God.
The Butcher. He's finishing what he started 11 years ago.
It's Waltz. He used the key. That's when this all started.
What are you talking about?
Dylan didn't want Waltz getting the GRE key. He knew the whole city would be at risk. And Waltz took the key from Veronica and escaped. Apparently he needs it for something else.
Do you see now? You have to stop him. Him and Williams. No matter what.
Juan, I can't control when I turn. Any moment now I could...
When you feel something happening, just get to a UV light. I can't stop them alone, Aiden.
Okay. Okay, let's get him.
Now you're talking like the Aiden I know. Jack Matt is looking for you. Apparently, there's a way to get into the stronghold. Go to the ship, get the details. I have to go to the fisheye, check in on the wounded. And Frank, he went out to warn people before the missiles hit. They say he got hurt pretty bad. Aiden, nobody can know about Veronica. Remember, I know it wasn't you who did that, but Jack, the Peacekeepers, they won't give a shit. They can't stop us.
They won't.
I wasn't gonna go confess. Hold on. A lot just went down. Before we go any further, Hi-Fi Dude was asking, is this a DLC or something? Sorry for the delay, but it was the middle of a cutscene. I wanted to let it all play out. No, this is main story, and it looks like as you go, like now you do remember it. Hello to you. Hello to Mia. Mia, I hope you had a great evening. Tan Crowd left. He had to go, but hopefully Tan Crowd has a great evening as well. And that was like a lot. That was a lot all at once. We've seen signs of Aiden turning. That has primarily always been turned against people that were threatening him at the time, although I continue to operate under the belief that he's the one that put Ador in the hospital. I don't 100% know because they haven't clarified that, but that's always been my understanding of how that interaction went down. And now he just like completely lost it and really just murdered this woman. And like, I try to stay quiet during the cutscenes, but it was brutal enough when he like went at her, backed off, and then did this like Wolverine leap onto her. But then when he like pulled back and it showed what he had done. And I guess it's like some of the dismemberment in the game, just how it works. But like it like torn off her leg at the knee and stuff. That was when I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry, it's just like a lot of stuff just happened right there. The specific times when Aiden goes to turn remain a little bit unknown to me, but it seems to be progressing and getting worse. One thing that I find of interest is that the very last time that we had a conversation with Waltz of any variety that I remember, Waltz communicated to Aiden, Aiden communicated to Waltz, what have you done with my sister? What have you done with Mia? And his response was, wait, Mia? Oh my God, Aiden. And it seemed like he kind of like completely dropped all of his aggression and was concerned about and welcoming towards Aiden. And then here, there was no echo of that whatsoever. I don't know if that was because he was in Hulk mode or just like Aiden's continued resistance to whatever his plan is. Like now he's just like over whatever connection that they had. It felt like there was a moment in time when Waltz was going to be very forthcoming with Aiden, and then he got shot in the shoulder by Luan, and like now we're just not going to get those answers because she quote unquote saved him, which from what the information that she had was a very, very wise thing to be doing. And then, yeah, we saw the missiles come down, and I guess we're going to see what else is different in the world. But Hi-Fi Dude says Waltz sent Aitor to the hospital. Waltz fought with them, but I thought that when Aiden, like, that was the first time that he, like, lost control and got hulked out. And when he woke up, he was surrounded specifically by PK bodies, and I thought that one of them was Aitor's. At least that's the way that it felt at the time. Okay, am I getting wind pushed backwards? It's a very foggy day out in the world of Dying Light 2. All right, we're coming up on something that looks navigable. I do like having all of the debris up in the air. Like, the air has not settled from the destruction that came down. Bees are still kicking, though. That's interesting. I kind of would have expected that they would have had some sort of negative impact from all the plaster in the air. Maybe that just takes a while. Impus says, whenever I remember that scene, I was always like, Dan, you rip and tear that woman good. It's certainly not the way that I was hoping that whole thing was going to go down, because I kept looking for any sign at all that she was not going to be dealing on the up and up, especially when it turned out that she was like the director of field operations. And she, aside from not being forthcoming on that one specific fact, I did not pick up on her being dishonest or untrustworthy at any point, so I feel not great about all of that. Also, Hi-Fi Dude is saying when Aiden turns into a volatile, I think of him as going ooga booga monkey mode, or he falls on go berserk like full out barbarian, like in D&D. That's their anger mode. Okay, I don't need that right now. This way for another 600 meters. Oh, okay, it's just making it up as I go along. I completely missed that jump. actually, probably over here then, so that I can jump to this. Actually, this place sucks. I don't remember if jumping onto trucks is hurtful. No, I seem to survive that okay. Hi-Fi Dude says, just so you know, I'm going to be very, very active in chat. I have the stupidest ideas at every moment of the stream. Well, we're probably much closer. It's good to meet you. We're probably much closer to the end of this particular episode, just because I feel like we might now be in... It would feel super weird, is what I'm saying, if Aiden was like, sure, I'll go talk to Jack Matt in a second, but first I want to go find some books, right? Yeah, I bet a lot of people have noticed me down here. I'm trying... Hold on, I'm trying to get a look at some of these guys. Hold on. Oh dear. I think we've got a lot of random civilians mixed in now. Like, you play this game enough, you get a sense for what the infected look like, and there are people in here that were not infected, have not been infected for very long. Can I get all the way up, do you think? This is not as jumpable for me. Like, I'm before we go in here, I'm just extremely curious. Like, can you just go around and do, like, random shit right now? That feels extremely weird.
Until today, I thought our chances against renegades were pretty good.
So I wasn't sure if we were going to get, like, a radio signal or something. I guess I just sort of assumed that with a world event this significant, we'd get here and it'd be like, you know, hey, you're sort of locked into main story for a while. Yeah, I'm going to say that this is probably a pretty good place to call it for this episode, because if we go up there, I think that it's going to kick off, like, new story stuff, and that could be a quest. It could be, like, another hour or something, and based on the time that we have, I feel like this is probably the place to go. Hi-Fi Dude says, get the goddamn DLC if you haven't. It's an amazing challenge with a great reward and a few great cosmetics. That would probably have been something that had looked into during the Steam Summer Sale. So at this point, I'll probably hold off until the game is on sale again. You know, I usually go through and complete, like, all of the campaign stuff before considering the DLC packs, with the exception being something like Assassin's Creed, where I've played so many of them that usually I know I'm going to want to go through that. But I will definitely keep that in mind, because that's a good recommendation. I'm going to say let's call it here. This has been a very eventful stream in general, a big focus on story content, at least when I could keep going in a straight line towards what my objective was. And yeah, it's kind of an embarrassing, like, beat the timer challenge where I just went the wrong way around the turnstile. I really went the long way around that. But this was a lot of fun, you guys. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you hopefully as early as tomorrow. Until next time, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.